Well, it's hardly convincing to hear the Prime Minister say that the country will muddle through this situation. We can't simply rely on muddling through this situation. We've got to have a very clear plan and vision of how we're going to deal with it. A capital gains tax, of course, is one important aspect of how we will have a broad enough tax base to be able to meet the costs and to pay down the debt. The government hasn't bit that bullet. It wants to muddle through. That's not good enough.
Do you have to revise downwards some of your spending promises in the lead up to the campaign because of what you're seeing globally?
As you've seen already from the policy that we've released, we've been very constrained in what we've offered. And in fact, we've shown exactly where the money is coming from in order to pay for those policies.
I think that's show further constraint though because of what's happening, and it could be a lot worse after the election than what we're seeing now.
Well, I think any government has to make adjustments according to constraints that may exist that might be imposed externally, and equally be ready to have a plan in place to do the things that need to be done for this country. The investment in skill training, the upskilling, the research and development. There are no plans to do that. So there is no plan for growth to grow our way out of the difficulties we face.
Is there a case for higher taxes even than what you've suggested already?
Well, I think what the capital gains tax does in bringing in 26 billion over 15 years is pretty impressive. And likewise, there will be higher impost on people earning over $150,000. They'll give back some of their windfall.
What about higher even more?
That's not difficult.
What about higher even more?
Look, we haven't contemplated that at this point.
But given the sort of growing concerns about the international economy, is Labour looking at any specific proposals that would deal with those risks?
Well, let me reiterate this point. You have to have a plan in place. Muddling through won't do it. And the plan that we've got in place is to broaden our tax base, to keep our assets, to pay down our debt, to upskill our population, to have a smart, clever economy with R&D. All of those things will help the situation we're in at the moment.
Your plan requires more short-term borrowing, so there could be problems now given this volatility on international markets.
I think if you look at what international authorities like the IMF and the World Bank would say, is that our policy is sound and it provides the medium and long-term answers that our economy needs. Selling your assets is a one-off. It doesn't do that. It actually worsens the government's position. It doesn't make it better.